Day 17 of quarterback Steelers speculation, rumor, and also never trust a Bengals opinion. G'day guys, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. It's all we're talking about. Every single person, every single Steelers fan around the internet, all we're talking about is the quarterback position. But it is quite key, of course, to win Super Bowls. You need guys like Mahomes. It's going to be very hard to get a guy like Mahomes, though, when we are, picking at 20 every single year. So I understand that factor. But everyone's talking about quarterbacks and Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph. I'm still on this. This is what I want to see. I would like to see the Steelers keep, of course, Kenny Pickett, bring back Mason Rudolph, and get a quarterback in the draft, maybe like round 3 or 4. Those would be my 3 quarterbacks. However, we have guys like this. You guys know who he is. Chad Johnson, Chad Oko Shinko, Wocho, whatever his name was, former Bengal. Why are we listening to a former Bengal? We don't need to have his opinion on our Steelers, right? Chad, don't care what you're saying. It's not going to happen. Chad says here, Chad Johnson, former Bengals wideout or wide receiver, said on the Nightcap podcast, and by the way, they are doing very well. I think it's Shannon Sharp over there and Chad Johnson on like near 1 million views. So it's much different to my stuff here. But when you're talking about the Steelers, do you know what you're talking about, or do you understand what you're trying to say? Because they're trying to insinuate that a little birdie has told him that Denver Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson is going to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers this offseason. First of all, who could that be? What sources, what people does he know in the Steelers organization that's going to tell him that Russell Wilson is signing with the Steelers? I really don't see it. I know that there's a lot of problems in Denver with Russell Wilson. They want to trade him. They're taking on some of his money. They're trying to cut him. That's really ended poorly for the organization and also Russell Wilson. But where will Wilson go? I'm not overly sure. And you know what? I don't really care. I want to see the Steelers get behind Kenny Pickett in the new offense, give him a chance into year 3, and also go and sign Mason Rudolph. So when you see stuff like this, you're like, what is he saying? Who's a little birdie? What person does Chad Johnson know inside the Steelers organization that's willing to give him information? And why also does Chad Johnson know that that's going to happen? Right? Is it just a talking point? Is it a big rumor? Is it actual fact? We'll soon find out, because we have the free agent period coming up in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. I think it's like March 15th is when it starts. And you know what? I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. However, I don't trust a franchise, or nor do I trust a former Bengal, that a team has never won a Super Bowl, ever. Think about that. 58 years, the Bengals team has never won one. They've been there 3 times, and they've lost every single time. They're 0-3. So these kind of reports, it is February. It is just podcast talk, Steelers talk, or they know that the Steelers have some quarterback problems. And yes, there's only one quarterback on the roster right now, that is Kenny Pickett, and he hasn't had the best 2 years. He has won 14 games, lost 10, but his stats aren't up there near really any other quarterback. He's like rated like 33 out of 32 quarterbacks. He's not the best quarterback in the league right now. But what makes you think that Chad Johnson is going to give us the answer? Being a little birdie told me on my shoulder that Denver Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson is going to sign. He's going to sign with the Steelers. Guys, do you believe it? I don't believe it. I don't believe this rumor. I think it's a load of hogwash. It's nothing to me. Chad Johnson believes the Steelers are going to sign Russell Wilson. In the comments below, would you trust a former Bengal, being Chad Oko Shinko, what his name is, Oko Cinco, I don't know. Do you trust Chad or not? I personally don't. I will never trust a Bengal. Vontaze Burfict, Pac-Man Jones, losers. They're all losers because they've never won one. They've never won one. In 58 years, they've never won a Super Bowl. So don't trust this bloke. A little birdie. Legit don't care about it.